Shalom Aleichem and welcome back. We are just a few days before the holiday of Matan Torah, Shavuot, when Moses go up to Har Sinai, Mount Sinai, and receive the Torah for Bnei Israel. So Moses see the burning bush and is not consumed. So he's want to get closer to see this phenomenon, what's happening. So Hashem is telling him that Hashem see that he's coming closer, and he said, Hashem tell him, Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, Moses. Moshe Rabbeinu said, Moses said, here I am. And Hashem said to him, do not come closer to here, take off your shoes from your feet, for the place upon which you stand is holy ground. So since I always talk about the analogy of the Torah, the analogy of the Bible, and I said there is something to learn from this, it's not just the history. So let's zero in on this phrase, take your shoes off your feet. What is this teaching us? If we want to come closer to find God, to serve Hashem, to serve God a little bit closer, to understand how we human beings can understand spirituality in our mind. How can we live it to make it part of us? So there's always in the story is the analogy of what the wording really mean. It's not just the history, like I said. So when Hashem tells Moses, take your shoes off your feet, the place is holy. This means for a person, first of all, to say, what does that mean to me? If I read it, what does that mean to me? There's a hidden message over here, in here right now for me. How do I get this message? How do I break the code to understand what does it mean to me? So in Hebrew, the word the feet is raglaim. Raglaim, legs. The raglaim. Raglaim is also, the legs are also hergelim. Hergel is a habit. So you have the word raglaim, which is feet, legs, and also hergelim, your habits. So in short, Hashem said, you want to come closer from where you are in the world that you are a shepherd, and you have a flock of sheep, and you want to come closer to me, to holy place, you have to get rid of your habits. You can't come to step into my world to be holy, and as you are, as everything that you're used to and you like to do in your life as in the world. You must get rid of something and start working on it to become more holy, getting rid of your habits, then you can come to me to holiness. It can't be the two worlds. It can be. You can start, but you have to work on yourself towards coming to my holiness. And he said, take your shoes off your feet. The same thing is about the shoes. What the shoes teaching us over here? Why take off your shoes? The shoes made from leather. The leather comes from an animal. Same thing with the mezuzah, or Sefer Torah, or Holy Torah scroll. To take a skin of an animal and to make shoes, or to make a holy Torah scroll, to write godliness on it, is a lot of work. To prepare the leather for something that can be used for a human being. So to make the shoes, it's also a lot of work, avoda. So if you want to light up, there's work, but it's very possible. It's very, very possible. Just a little bit step forward and start doing a little work. Everybody knows what he have to do for himself to get rid of some dirt and schmutz, to become more holy and clean, to receive the godliness. So if we go back a little bit, we can see, let's say, from Rosh Hashanah, the New Year, like they say for the Jewish people, New Year. It's not New Year. In Hebrew, it's called Rosh Hashanah, the head of the year. There is no New Year. It's the wrong phrase to say New Year. It's Rosh Hashanah for us. The head. Everything go after the head. Whatever is in the head, how you start your Rosh Hashanah, that's how you're going to have for the rest of the year. So everything go after the head. But you still need the feet to move the head. So it's all one. And the feet have to take you to the right place. And the same thing after Rosh Hashanah, after the holidays, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, all the good holidays that we have, we come to Hanukkah. A few months after Rosh Hashanah, we come to Hanukkah. That's in case somebody needs a reminder. And right after Rosh Hashanah, a couple of months pass by and he just forget himself, we have Hanukkah. Hanukkah, the Greek tried to give us darkness. They told us not to learn the Torah, not to do certain mitzvot that we had. So we light the candles. We light the candle for 8 days above nature. 8 is above nature. 7 is within the 7 days of the week. Everything is built on 7, and 8 is above. So a person have to fight to get rid of the darkness by making sure his candle is lighting. And that's why we have Hanukkah right after Rosh Hashanah, to remind us. And that's bitul. Bitul is mean nullified. A little bit light in one candle get rid of a lot of darkness. So a person have to find this nullified himself submission to be able to take a little bit of this, then he get rid of a lot of darkness. After Hanukkah, I think we have Tu B'Shvat. Tu B'Shvat is the holiday of the tree. It's all falling to the same point in the end. Why it says in Torah that we are like the tree of the field? Why it doesn't say that we are like the fish in the water? The fish in the water is a much better analogy of somebody become one with his creator. The fish in the water is one. The fish cannot leave the water. So it should be like you are like the fish in the water. If somebody wants to compare a Jew to his creator, how close they are. Why they say you're like the tree in the field? So I think the fish doesn't work with the world. The fish doesn't work with the world. The fish is in the water all the time. He's hidden. He's one with his creator, one with the water. He can't leave the water. But when you say like you are a tree of the field, a tree can work with the world, can give the fruit, can give the food, but is always connected to the root underground that nobody see. Is always connected to the ground. That's the roots. That's the unseen emunah and belief and knowledge that the tree cannot just start walking away. He work with the world, he give you the fruit, he give you the food, and he's always connected to the root. And you have to work around the tree. The food don't come for free. You have to work around it, you have to clean, you have to water it. And that's a little bit different. So the bitul, the submission, we see also in Tu B'Shvat, the holiday of the trees, which is also Rosh Hashanah, also called one of the 4 Rosh Hashanah that we have. After this, we come to Purim. The month after Tu B'Shvat, we come to Purim. Purim was Haman. Haman wanted to kill all the Jewish people. He made a decree that he have to kill all the Jewish people in one day, 13 Adar. And all the Jewish people got together, and not even one wanted to change his religion. They could have changed the religion and maybe run away to someplace else and nobody would know. But the holiday of Purim, we see something unbelievable. Most of the Jewish people didn't keep Torah and mitzvot. There was a simulation. They went to enjoy the Seudah, the party, the big feast that Achashverosh the king did. And he did it not for a good cause. He did it to show that the Jewish people are not going to have Bet HaMikdash anymore. It was very, very bad reason to make this feast. And yet, these people, in the time of Achashverosh, they were so far from Torah and Yiddishkeit, they are the one who stood put and said, we are all going to stay here for 11 months because the decree of Haman was Erev Pesach. Haman did the decree, it was Erev Pesach, the night of Pesach. That's the only time that the Jewish people fast, I think on Pesach, that they didn't celebrate Pesach because they had to fast because Mordechai and Esther say to fast for 3 days. And they all stood and showed their Mesirut Nefesh, their commitment to Hashem, to sacrifice themselves and not to change their religion. And after this we have Passover. We just finished with Passover. We count the Sphira. And in Passover we see something very special also. Against the Bitul. The Bitul nullified himself. The Jewish people went to the ocean when the ocean opened for them, and they did something above nature, which is also shown Bitul. Nullified themselves. They believed Moses, and they walked into the unknown, and the sea was part for them, open for them. And now we come to Shavuot. Shavuot, in a few days, is going to be the holiday of Shavuot. 2024, Tafshin Pei Daled. What's so special about Shavuot? That after all this preparation from Rosh Hashanah to Shavuot, the point again and again is to be in Bitul, to accept the Torah, accept and do the Torah and the mitzvot. The point is that Hashem gave us the Torah. And what does he tell Moshe Rabbeinu? He gave the 10 Commandments. And what did he tell Moshe Rabbeinu? I, Hashem, the Lord, who took you from Egypt. So, I heard somebody say, is this what you put on your resume? Hashem shouldn't say, I'm God who took you from, that created the world. I'm Hashem who created the world. What are you telling me? I'm Hashem that took you from Egypt? That seems like something very small compared to I create the world. Is a much better on the resume. Why I took you from Egypt? It seems something very small. Okay, I create the whole world. It's much bigger. So I think from everything I learned, and again, there is tons of shiurim, tons of classes, of lessons on the internet from people that really speak well in details and explain a billion times better than I tell you. I just tell you some headlines of the issue just to look into. But there's tons of details in all this, what I'm saying. So what I heard is that Hashem is telling Moses to tell Bnei Israel, and he's talking the 10 Commandments, and he said, I took you from Egypt. It's because Egypt, the 10 Commandments start with this phrase, because Egypt is the word mean borders and boundaries, Mitzrayim. I took you from Mitzrayim, shows borders and boundaries, that a person is trapped. Like Bnei Israel, they were standing on the Yam Suf before Moses told them to go forward. They thought everything according to nature. Oh, the Pharaoh is running after us. Oh, the ocean is over here. Here is all the army of Pharaoh. What are we going to do? They didn't think anything that can happen above nature. They only thought about nature, and this is nature and what they can do. Pharaoh is running after us. They never even dream in such a possibility that they're going to go forward and the ocean is going to open. And that's the lesson over here. Hashem said, I took you from Egypt. And the reason he's starting with saying the 10 Commandments, with saying, I took you from Egypt, is to show us that nature is not in the way for us. Everything is above nature, is how you think. And Hashem, the first commandment that He's telling us, He's saying, I took you from Egypt to show you that without me, without the Torah, it's not possible to connect to something above nature. By you knowing that I took you from Egypt, you'll be able to live your life not connected to nature, but to work with nature. Don't fly high and hide some room and say, I'm an angel, I don't know nothing to the word, I'm great, I'm righteous, I'm tzaddik. No, the point is that to work with the world, but to be above the world. Not to be afraid of the world, to know you're connected to Hashem. You're connected to Hashem above nature. And that's without Hashem giving you this commandment, you can't be connected to Him. You wouldn't know it. And that's one of the biggest points to realize, and someone should live his life to know. Yes, my legs, my feet are over here, but my thought and my head is I'm not connected to the world. I'm above the world. I'm not connected to nature. I'm working with nature, but I'm able to bring things from above nature to nature. Everybody know what they have to do. If somebody don't keep Shabbos, maybe he can start keeping Shabbos and don't say word. If I don't keep Shabbos, how I'm going to make a living. My business is the biggest thing is on Shabbos, and Shabbos is my day off. I do what I want. So one of the things to know, it's like you take a little kid. You give him 4 years old, you give him a bag of candies and a suitcase full of millions of dollars. He's not going to take the money. He's going to take the candies, of course. It's natural, I understood, for sure. But somebody a little bit understanding, somebody that understands, take the money. Same thing is here. The minute you realize that if you connect to God, what you have now is going to be nothing compared to what you can get, you take the test. You try, take the step forward. That's the point of this Moshe Rabbeinu, he says over here. Moshe Rabbeinu was a shepherd with sheep. And in Hebrew, this word means keves. Keves, we said before, is conquering in Hebrew. The word keves is kovesh, is to conquer. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu became whoever he is. He conquered. He nullified himself to Hashem. He conquered. So the same word, when you say the lamb in the Hebrew is the same thing as kovesh, conquering. When one conquers himself, all his evils, the next step is easy. You step forward and you walk to the few feet forward like Moses. You come to the burning bush that is not burning, is not consumed. It's a holy place. But you have to move your habits. Move your habits. So just to finalize, how is one come to this? Where is the key over here? What do I have to do? It's crazy. It doesn't sound normal. What are you talking about? So I'm going to tell you. It's very simple. Many people never even open the Bible to read it. They heard bits and pieces and everything. The way to do it, instead of picking up all kinds of books, bestseller, best this, all kinds of books, everything is in the Bible. If you pick up the Bible and you read the stories in the Bible from the beginning, from Genesis, you realize why God gave us the Torah and He starts with stories. Must be that He knows how to start a book. Must be something about Him that He knows how to make you read this book. But you have to pick up the book and open the first page. And if you go and realize that everything you learn in that book, that you read the story, first just read it. Just read it to know the story. When you finish it the first time, go the second time and start looking at the details. And you realize the depth of godliness And if a person try, he's going to get bundles and bundles of godliness to help him to understand it. If everything is going to change about his life. Would you rather be? Your best friend that is rich or something that you want to be connected to? Or connect to Hashem? Who can give you more? Who knows everything about you and give you more? So that's the lesson from the holiday of Shavuot, from receiving of the Torah. It's time to pick up the Bible, to read it, to connect, and hopefully there is a promise in the Bible that Hashem will help everybody who wants to come close to Him. Have a great holiday.